Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Office Bloke Aidan.
Here we are, Office Bloke Daz Sports Edition. If sports is for you, give it a like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Does help us and we do appreciate it.
Yeah.
This new phenomenon coming throughout the USA.
Oh.
Cavan Sullivan.
Yeah.
He's called American Lionel Messi.
I've not really seen anything of him, to be honest.
14 years old. He's just signed a contract with Philadelphia Union.
Yeah.
And a part of that contract is a clause that he's coming to Manchester City when he's 18.
Yeah.
So, a lot of high praise for him. But I've also heard this about Freddie Adu years ago. Don't know if you remember Freddie Adu. No. He was like the next big thing, and he was going to be the next.
That's what happens when you put too much pressure on a kid.
Yeah. This guy looks good. I've seen him play. Looks very good. You know, for a 14-year-old, very well balanced.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see him. Let's see what it's about first, and I'll tell you what I'd like to see, because I've not really seen much of him neither. I've just heard a lot of hype about him.
Yeah.
He's only 14, but he is already being dubbed the new Lionel Messi and is wanted by all the academies of Europe's biggest clubs. Meet Cavan Sullivan, the new American football star who is set to be signed by Manchester City this summer. Today we've decided to find out how good the kid is and why he's named the best 14-year-old in the world. Click the like button, give us a subscribe, and let's get into it. Cavan Sullivan was born in 2009 in Philadelphia. In fact, soccer runs in his whole family's blood. His father, Brandon, played professionally in the Australian A-League and then became a coach. His mother was the captain of the women's team at the University of Pennsylvania. Quinn, Cavan's older brother, is playing for Philadelphia Union and the USMNT U20 squad, while Ronan and Declan, 15-year-old twin brothers, are also showing great potential in the club's academy. Despite his young age, it is 14-year-old Cavan who's performing ahead of schedule for the Philadelphia U17 team, demonstrating the most skills as well as the willingness to move to the highest competitive levels possible. The new Messi, Marca newspaper boldly declares. Sullivan can play as an attacking midfielder, though he can also be used as a false nine or a left winger. He has a great left foot and extremely good vision, understanding of the game.
Left foot, you see why City wanted him?
Yeah, exactly.
We don't sign any players that don't use the left foot.
I know, right?
All left footers.
And a fantastic sense of the goal. The prospect displays a classy sharp dribbling with technique often unforeseen by opponents and which one would want to savor in slow motion. And the main thing is that he already has plenty of experience. The first glimpses of fame fell on Cavan during the Generation Adidas Cup 2023. Having participated in the tournament at the age of 13, Sullivan, despite being 2 years younger than everyone else on the pitch, was ripping apart his opponents from U15 age group, thus helping Philadelphia to play a draw with Valencia and beat Arsenal and Real Madrid. That same year, the kid had managed to shine brightly on the international stage too. He showed the full range of his skills right at the first training session with the USMNT U15 squad and quickly let his teammates know who they are dealing with. Soon after, Sullivan led his team to the victory in the CONCACAF Under-15 Championship, bagging 3 goals in the competition and providing 2 assists in the final against Mexico, not to mention winning the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament and being included in its best starting 11. Since then, the talent has been nicknamed Captain America, at which point Sullivan's accomplishments have drawn the attention of scouts.
That was Pulisic's nickname, though, wasn't it? You can't have the
That's
same
what I
nickname
thought.
for everyone
You
that
can't.
comes through.
Anyone that comes through, you can't just call Captain America, because that's
know,
Pulisic.
right?
Yeah, like you say, Pulisic. But I think, didn't Landon Donovan have it before him?
Was that what it was?
It might have been, yeah.
Right,
From Europe's elite clubs: Manchester City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Borussia Dortmund. Besides, Cavan is now being featured in the reports of Transfer Insights guru Fabrizio Romano, which is also worth a lot. However, the 14-year-old prodigy is not complacent about his success, while continuing to work hard in the U17 team, an attitude that is highly appreciated by his coaches. Philadelphia Union manager Jim Curtin notes, "For those that maybe haven't learned yet, a young Cavan Sullivan has the talent and ability to become, I'll just say, a household name, and is doing really big things." Meanwhile, Marlon LeBlanc, head coach of Philadelphia Union 2, agrees. "Cavan is a fantastic young talent. Dare I tease him that I've never seen a kid develop as much as I've seen Cavan. He's got his feet on the ground. All these extra hype about him. It doesn't go to his head, and I think that's the fantastic thing about him. It's what also allows him to come into our environment and still be cool and be bold." Philadelphia are trying to keep Sullivan with all their might, and according to The Athletic, they had recently made him the best homegrown offer ever extended. However, it looks like the talented American youngster will still leave soon, with Manchester City expected to become his next career stop. Recent media reports suggest that the City Football Group sports holding company will take Cavan from Philadelphia and fully invest in his development. So now we are gonna reveal the details of their plan. Cavan Sullivan will have many choices for his next endeavor professionally, but Man City scouts believe he is the best 14-year-old in the world, and they are not exaggerating, wrote former USMNT representative and current MLS Apple TV analyst Taylor Twellman on March 15th. Manchester City are closing in on deal to sign American wonder kid Cavan Sullivan. Deal agreed. 2009-born talent set to join MCFC in the next years from Philadelphia Union despite Real, BVB, Bayern interest. Here we go. Soon, says the reliable Fabrizio Romano. Well, we can assume that the guy has managed to impress even Pep Guardiola, since he's getting picked up by Manchester City, the strongest club in the world at this moment. The citizens actually have huge plans for the American youngster, but they will have to be patient. Due to age restrictions, Sullivan is not allowed to officially become a part of Man City until he turns 18 in September 2027. Nevertheless, he holds a German passport, which means he can move to any EU country at 16. Here's another interesting fact. Back in 2022, Cavan played for Borussia Dortmund's youth team in the Kevin De Bruyne Cup. Against whom, you might ask? You've guessed it, against Manchester City. But
the what cup? The Kevin De Bruyne?
Kevin De Bruyne Cup.
Well, I don't understand what that is.
It's like, I guess it's a junior tournament.
But like, it's not the actual Dortmund team.
No, it's the academy. He was in the Dortmund academy.
What, in 2022? When he's been playing at Philadelphia since he was 9?
That's what I thought he said then. Played for... Go back on that.
Let's get back to the Bruyne Cup. 2022, Cavan played for Borussia Dortmund's youth German passport, which means he can move to any EU country at 16. Here's another interesting fact. Back in 2022, Cavan played for Borussia Dortmund's youth team in the Kevin De Bruyne Cup. Against whom, you might ask? You've guessed it, against Manchester City. But let's get back to the topic. Recent rumors claim that the Premier League champions and Champions League winners intend to send Sullivan on loan to Belgian outfit LIONEL SK, also owned by the City Football Group. The Sky Blues hope that Cavan will get his first experience in European football there, adapt to the new style of playing and training methods, and most importantly, will continue to show his best in a more competitive environment. If Sullivan lives up to expectations at LIONEL, he will be brought back to Manchester at the age of 18 and rewarded with a professional contract, after the signing of which he will be part of the first team or at least see a clear route to get there. Signing Cavan Sullivan is not some kind of a fluke for Manchester City. Think of it as a part of the club's forward-thinking strategy that involves acquiring young talent who must be gradually integrated into European football scene, as well as the citizen system in order to become the first-team regulars of the future. On top of that, Man City's current policy of collecting the most expensive players from the transfer market is likely to become a thing of the past. You see, the Sky Blues are receiving more and more accusations of violating the financial fair play rules and risk being subjected to severe sanctions and bans that will push the club a decade back. Therefore, Cavan Sullivan must be promoted
Allegedly.
to the starting 11 sooner than later. His playmaking skills are of great value to the club, especially with Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva not getting any younger, suffering from injuries and thinking of leaving, which means a rather painful position weakening for the team. Spending 100 million euros on a new attacking midfielder while being closely monitored by FIFA and UEFA is not the best venture to go for. According to Man City's plan, Cavan Sullivan should become the team's next David Silva.
I don't think in the sense it doesn't work like that.
Doesn't work like that.
I know, right? No, it's not like we can't buy any players.
Yeah, Jamal Musiala's on the what's it? We got Lucas Paquetá.
Paquetá's probably going to come in.
Bruno Guimaraes.
I'm not sure about
that. That's the one that's been strongly rumoured. We've seen enough of this video now. I think he's going into the talks of how it's
going to be the next David Silva.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. He's I'm not sure he quite understands the growth of the. He's not mentioned once Phil Foden, who's probably our best player, and we've got other players coming through as well who sort of like fit into that profile. But you look at people who've come to us at a young age. Julian Alvarez came at a young age. I think he came straight. We kept him on loan River Plate for a while in Argentina.
He won't be as young as 18 though.
No, not as young as 18. Yankuto came when he was what? Was he 19 when he first came? Yankuto. He's on loan at the moment in Girona, but I think he's like 21 now. Defender.
Right back.
But yeah. But you see some of these players come through. You know, Lucas Mecha.
Well, no, we signed
Felix
loads of players.
Mecha,
Like, people who want to focus on people like Gabriel Jesus. We signed him when he was 18 and we took him over, and he was brilliant for us, really, wasn't he? And then we shipped him off to Arsenal, who were another great team. So it's not like he's.
We made some good money on him at the end of the day, but I think this guy's form and his style and his positional sense. I've seen him play for Philadelphia Union. I've seen a ball he put through the other day. Fantastic. You know, for the Philadelphia Union 2, whoever he plays for. I've seen some highlights, and he looks well balanced for a 14-year-old. And it'd be interesting to see the development of it. He needs to get into European football to see the development, how his development's going to come, because there's a lot of good 14-year-olds. A hell of a lot. Yeah. When you look at people like Kobe Manu from Manchester United, when you look at Phil Foden from City, people like, you look at Bukayo Saka that have come through the academies, and you look at Emil Smith-Rowe. There's another one that's sort of like not being used what he was, but when he was a young kid at Arsenal, he was outstanding, probably one of the best in the world. People were touting him as, and look at him now, he's sat on the bench at Arsenal. Probably moved to Villa or somewhere in the summer. You know, I'm just one of them people I just think's disappointed in his development process from after a bad injury, and that's all he could take.
And then he's trying to like replace. He's playing. It's like you can't really play because the Odegaard's there in this position. It's only a one-man position.
It's a one-man position, and I think if you're this kid Cavan Sullivan, when you're coming through, you're putting him in the names of Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, these are probably the game's greats.
The title, American Lionel Messi. That's the sort of things that can get to a kid's head, and then the next thing you know, it doesn't work out.
Well, like I say, Freddie Adu was very similar, wasn't he? Where they were hyped up, and I don't even know what happened to him in the end. I don't think he ever made it on a grand scale, not to the levels that he was sort of like pushed at to what he could have been. But I don't know. It'd be definitely an interesting thing to watch. I love seeing people with talent come through, and I love seeing people from different countries come to either Europe. I don't know. He's got a German passport though. That'd be interesting to find out.
I don't know.
Yeah, German parents maybe.
Maybe he was born there. I said he was born in Philadelphia.
Born in Philly. Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see how he's got that, and because that'll make it a lot easier to bring him at 16, to put him into like Lommel or Troy or Girona. Probably Lommel might be a good idea for one season or maybe even a half a season, and then transfer him to Troy or to it's not called Troy, is that how you mean Troyes?
It's an English person would probably say Troy, but Troy, if you're French, it's Troyes.
And they're not doing great at the moment. I think they've just been relegated, but Girona is also a good option. It's under the City football group. It's got to be a European team. I don't think we'll benefit by sending them to South America or to Far East, China or India, anywhere like that. No. But very interesting to see that we've signed him on a deal. When he's 18, he does come to City.
It's crazy how we sign players for 4 years in the future.
They've done it a lot. I'm sure the Lucas Paqueta deal. I'm sure him going to West Ham was all a part of City getting him in the end. And because I've seen the way he speaks to Pep pre-games, and I'm thinking he's definitely been
talked to him at least.
He's definitely been advised on how his career path's going to go.
Yeah.
And what is he now, 25, 26? Something like that. So he's hitting his prime.
I feel like it was probably the same with Mateus Nunes.
When
he went to Wolves, it was all part of the thing.
I went to a function a couple of months ago now, and I was talking to an ex-goalkeeper there, who's Alex Williams. You know Alex, he comes and sees us in the bar. And he was telling me that City know who they're going to sign in the next 4 years. They know now, all their targets are in place. And then they'll change them as things go on. I don't know if they knew they were going to sign people like Jack Grealish, for example. I don't know how far into the programme he was, but he was shining as a...
They probably had their thoughts on like Erling Haaland since he was out.
Erling Haaland. I think they had their thoughts on Erling Haaland from when he was a young kid. Yeah. From because his dad played for City. Yeah. But these players that you see, when you look at things like Aaron Moy never played for City, but we made Lord Jack Harrison. He was another one that came through with City. Never played for City really, any senior level anyway. Not that I know of. But it'd be interesting to see how this guy does and what he's going to be about in 5-10 years. Yeah, because he does look well and he does look balanced. So interesting prospect coming out of the USA.
It'd be cool to have an American on the team.
Absolutely. I thought we were going to get Gio Reyna.
Yeah,
but we never got him in the end.
He's kind of fell off a bit, hasn't he?
I don't even know. Where's he at? Fulham.
Forest.
Yeah.
He doesn't even get in the team.
Yeah, so he has fell off, but his dad played for City. So we've had Americans in the past.
We have.
Here you go. Anyway, let us know what you think about Cavan Sullivan. Is he gonna make it? Is he gonna be the American Lionel Messi, or is he gonna be the Captain America? The new Cavan Sullivan.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Make a name for himself. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know in the comments what you think. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.